Okay guys, so we have a couple of stretches to do for your mobility session today. We're going to start off with a pec stretch. You've got a couple of different ways that you can do the pec. Pec obviously is here, moves around here. If you are stood up and you want to place your hand into a door frame, you're welcome to do that. You can also just place the whole of your forearm up against a wall with your hand touching it, and then from here we're stretching here. So all I'm going to do is turn around to my other side and I get that nice kind of stretch there. It does work really well in a door frame. It's quite a nice way to do it. If you want to do it down on the floor, you're welcome to do that as well. A little bit different when you're on the floor. Stretch the arm out and open this bit up here. So if I'm in a T position, everything's completely straight here. I'm going to go face down and then I'm going to bend one arm. Okay, so I go face down, T position, bend one arm, and then just press out of that. And then from there, get the fly off. From there, I just stay for about a minute, and then I can swap over. Stretch the other arm out, bend the other arm up, and then hold that position. I'm trying to stay in that T-shaped position, okay? Second exercise, rainbow stretch. You can do this sat down. It's like an oblique stretch, really, for this one. So in my oblique stretch, right? In my oblique stretch, you're going to show me how to do it. Okay, I'm going to take one arm and go over the other side. So I'm going to take my right hand under and then stretch all the way over to the other side. I'm going to hold that for a minute if I can. I'm going to swap over the other side. You can anchor yourself down a little bit. Maybe I take my left hand, place it onto my foot, and then just anchor down and just stretch in that position. If you want to, you can bend at the elbow, but with this nice stretch going on through here. Okay. Third exercise, lat stretch. Child's pose position with a slight bias in position. So I'm in my kneeling position, I sit on my heels, I push my hands out in front, head down to the ground. Once I'm down here, one hand goes on top of the other and I bias one side. So now I've got that stretch going all the way down here from my armpit down to my hip. 1 minute on each side on our lat stretch there, guys. From here, we're almost in a hip or in a squat position. So I'm now going to go down into my squat position and I'm just going to open the hips up. I'm going to press the elbows into the knees, push them away, and I'm just going to keep opening the hip up. I'm going to stay here for 2 minutes. You probably won't stay in the same position for 2 minutes. So I always try and get into the squat for the 2 minutes, but keep shifting it around a little. So I'm down, I'm just going to press and open, maybe stay here for 10 seconds or so. Maybe push over to the other side, stay there for 10 seconds, and just try and open those hips up a little bit. Maybe bias one side at a time. Guys, I'm going to go back down onto the floor and do a little bit of internal rotation, PNF style. So with PNF, I need to press into position, but offer resistance with the other side. So I'm lying down on my side. I've got my elbow bent at 90 degrees, my forearm's vertical. This hand here is trying to press down to the ground. This hand here is offering resistance. So top hand offers that resistance. This hand, my right hand, presses down and I push for about 7 to 10 seconds. Now, I'm trying not to press too hard. I'm working at about 20 to 30% of my max effort, and I'm just offering a little bit of resistance there. I'm going to try and do that for about a minute. So all I'm doing is pressing down, pausing, holding it in that position for about 10 seconds. Then I go again and see if I can move another inch or two down. Okay. Once I've done that a second time, I'll try a third and a fourth time. And I'll kind of get to that minute mark. Once I've done that minute, I swap up sides, do the same on the other side. Okay. And then our last stretch today is a night to hamstring. So I'm going to assume a kneeling position. I'm going to get stretched through my thigh and into my hip. I'm going to push that hip forwards. I'm going to pause here. I'm aiming for a minute here. I'm then going to turn it into a hamstring stretch. So now I'm just pulling the toe up, and now the stretch is now into my hamstring. I'm going to stay here for a minute or so. Once I've done that, I'm swapping over, hip on my left side, and then into the hamstring on the right side. Okay, guys. If you do that correctly, it's going to be about 4 minutes. You might want to change it around a little bit and do 30 seconds on each side. I'm okay with that, that's fine. Okay, just make sure you're getting into those hips, especially if you're working from home. Those hips are going to be really, really tight. Okay, guys. Go ahead and have fun.